In this video, we're going to talk about how to create a Google Business Profile. Now, it used to be called Google My Business. Now it's Google Business Profile. So you're going to come here to google.com/business, and then you can accept their cookies, and then click either sign in or manage now. It doesn't matter. Let's click manage now. So I'm going to add, let's go with one of the accounts that I don't have a Google profile with right now. I have a Google account, but I don't have a profile with this account. Because if I did, then it would bring up that profile. So let me sign in over here. And if you don't have a Google account, you've got to create one. You can go to google.com, create a Google account, and you'll see here, create a Google account. And I mean, you could do for manage a business. I would just make it for myself for now. Whatever you want at Gmail, that will work. If they want for a business, they're going to try and sell you Google Workspace, which you kind of don't need unless you want to use Gmail for business, which is another subject for another day. So let me grab this password here. Great. So we're going to do this. I'm going to skip. I don't want to confirm any of this. Okay. So now what you would do is now you would search for your business. And if your business exists, let's say we're doing a new business that does not exist. David's new business that does not exist. Then we'd create a business with that name. And then you can go through all of this. Online retail is really if you're e-commerce. Local store is what it says in service business. The majority of us are going to be service businesses here. If you're a dentist, a physician, if you are a cantor or a rabbi or an attorney or anything like that where you're doing services where people are not necessarily visiting you at your home, then that would be something you could pick under service business. You could do local store. Local store really more has a touch of, you're buying and selling products. So I would say online retail is you're running an e-commerce store and you're selling, you make bath bombs or you sell artwork and then you sell it online. That's online retail. Local store is, come to my, art area, my gallery, and buy images from me. That could be both. Or service businesses are, I'm a consultant or I do something kind of professional services or anything like that. Tutoring, training, teaching, those can be service business. So let's call us a service business. Business category. Now you can choose your category. Let's say I'm consulting. I don't know what it is. Let's see. I'm a consultant. So you can go through here and figure out what it is. Let's say I am a mining consultant. I don't know what that does. And then you can go through here. Now, obviously, you're going to say, where is my area? Now, this is important because, again, this has to do with where you work, where you service. Now, Short Hills Design as a web company, we serve the United States and Canada and Australia. So I can't really put that. So what I would do is here is for let's say Short Hills Design, I would put New Jersey. Now, obviously, if I were, because that's as broad as I can get, because I can't do, North, East, United States. It's not any's, any, no. So, I mean, you could do Northeast. Is that here? Northeast, Northeast. So, but I would pick the state or the town that has the most sense to you. I mean, because metropolitan New York, yeah, so pick the area. You could always change this later, but pick the area that works for you. Let's just pick New Jersey for now. And listen, you could also add more, New Jersey and New York. I mean, that you could certainly do. Let's go to next. Then you'd add a phone number. That's my phone number and a website. David's new sample website for us.com. Okay, and what it would do is now going from here, Google's going to start to, I'm not going to create this, but here you could do that. You're going to hit manage my online store. That's what they want. I mean, I don't have an online store. Even with this fake consulting business, this is not an online store. But either way, you would click continue, and now you have a Google My Business profile. And then from there, if you wanted to go manage it later, you could click manage now, and it's going to let you, see, I don't have one, it would have the account there, then you can manage it and do any kind of updates or things that you need. The key things to update are going to be obviously making sure that your name is correct. Whatever your business LLC is, that's what I would do. If you are like Short Hills Design is really Short Hills Design LLC. So you could do that. Make sure your address is whatever it is. If you have a home-based address, you can still do, whatever it is, apartment 5. Sometimes I'll just do, number 5. So you don't have to write apartment 5 if you're not comfortable with that. Is it state, zip code, town, and then obviously your phone number. And then you want to certainly put your website address in if you have a website, which I hope you do. And then there are other things you can do that are more advanced, but for now, those are the basics. Make sure you upload images. It's very, very important to upload images. They're going to ask you for an external view of your office. That I wouldn't necessarily put on if you are a private business out of your home or something like that. But if you do have something in your home that you could show externally, if you are at a if you consult, you do some kind of charity event or something like that, and you want to put an external thing, you could. I don't know if that would fly with them, but you could certainly try that. They really want a picture of the outside of the building, meaning if someone's coming to visit you. That's why having a service business, they're not going to get as upset with not having an external image of the building if you're not doing a service where people come visit you. But you do want internal photos, again, if you can. If your internal photos might be you doing an event, or obviously if you are in healthcare, don't do internal photos that have pictures of patients in them. Even if you have a waiver from the patient, I would just avoid it in general. Take a picture of you in your office or your staff in your office, or maybe even just you, because you never know if you have a staff member who leaves, they might get upset later. Does happen. So, but take a picture of you, or even if you are at your desk at your home office, take a picture of that. That's fine. Make sure it's clean. There isn't, a Dunkin' Donuts cup like I always have on my desk. Make sure you have that. And then, staff photos, if you're the staff, take a picture of you and put it there. But the more pictures you have and videos you have on Google My Business, the better that you're going to do. Then obviously what you do want to do is post regularly. It is a pain. We do it for our Google My Business clients. We're posting every week, and we're repurposing website content. Obviously, if a client comes up with hey, I have this new content because we're doing X, Y, and Z service now. It's the winter, and we're really promoting heavily from our landscaping to snow removal. So here's an article we wrote about snow removal. For the next 3 months, can you kind of post these posts? Absolutely. But that's the kind of thing you want to think about. But this will get you set up. And then once you've verified this, or once you submit it, Google's going to send you a letter to your address, a postcard with a key on it, with a with an ID. So that way they know that obviously I just can't go in there. And if you are Mary's landscaping business, I can't go as David Wank and claim your business is mine. So they're going to send you a card, and they'll say, please expect this card in 3 to 7 days, and you'll get the card. You'll go to where it tells you on the web and enter the code, the ID, and then it will be verified. And once you're verified, then you can start using it. So that's how you deal with the Google My Business profile. They will probably also send you a coupon for AdWords, and they're going to say, well, if you spend $100, we'll give you $100 because you're going to get, so many new clients or patients or whatever with Google AdWords because it's so great that, spend the first 100 and the second 100's on us. Or they'll say, spend 100 and see how you do. And then in 6 months, they'll say, oh, well, if you spend 500, we'll give you 500. They just want to get you into advertising. And again, when done correctly, Google Ads can be fantastic. But just understand that it can be a money pit if it's not done correctly. So that's Google My Business in a nutshell and how you set up your account. Obviously, if you have any questions, let us know. Support@shorthillsdesign.com. But that's how it's done.